till I can't no more.
I got the horses in the bag. Horse stock is a tag.
Hi everyone and welcome to theorises. Today's video will be discussing how the iconic black suit will look in Marvel Spider-Man 2, assuming that the game will adapt the symbiote storyline. The reason why I wanted to make a video about it was because we know Insomniac isn't afraid doing their own version of the iconic suit. Look no further than their very own advanced suit. Even though we had the classic suit at the beginning of the game, they wanted to create a suit that would make people think that's Insomniac Spider-Man. And even though the Miles Morales suit looks very faithful to Miles' suit in the comics, there are minor details that are unique to this interpretation of the character. So it begs the question, how will the symbiote suit look in the sequel? Will Insomniac create their own spin of the symbiote suit, or just use the classic version of the suit from the comics? The possibilities are endless, as there have been many versions of the black suit, each iteration being more different than the other. First we have the films, which was only shown in Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 3. At first glance, it may just look like a black version of the iconic red and blue Raimi suit, but as said before, the suit has small details which makes the suit more different than the original suit. One of them being the legs on the spider symbol are more curved and aggressive compared to the original symbols. The eye seems to be more curved, at least to some people, making it more scary to anyone he goes up against, which was a design carried over to the Spider-Man 3 movie tie-in game and the Amazing Spider-Man movie tie-in game. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 also have their own version of the symbiote suit with the lenses of the Amazing Spider-Man 2 suit, and overall it looks pretty faithful to the black suit in the comics. In the comics there are a few different suits of the black suit, one of them being the Ultimate Spider-Man, which is a very faithful version of the black suit but also has purple shading, which was also a design carried over to the Ultimate Spider-Man game and also in Shattered Dimension when you play as the Ultimate version of Peter Parker. The Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon and the 90s Spider-Man cartoon also have pretty faithful representation of their respective black suits. Not to mention Web of Shadows have a pretty accurate design of the symbiote suit too. Spectacular Spider-Man has some of the most interesting versions of the black suit, as when the black suit bonds to Peter for the first time, it pretty much looks like a black version of the show's classic red and blue suit. But in the next episode where Peter is facing the Sinister Six, the suit's appearance changes, having less and less webbing, and the spider logo gets bigger and bigger until we get to the episode after that, where the webbing is completely gone and the spider symbol looks massive, making the suit look more and more like the comic book suit, with the spider logo moving upwards instead of downwards, but also suggesting how far Peter is gone the more he wears the suit, until he realizes the errors of his ways, and saved by the memories of his Uncle Ben, he finally gets rid of it. Marvel Spider-Man cartoon have an interesting design. Instead of the legs going downwards, 4 of them go upwards and 4 of them go downwards, similar to how the suit looks in the Amazing Spider-Man Going Down Swinging storyline by Dan Slott, where Peter rebonds with the symbiote suit to take care of Norman Osborn, who's bonded with the Carnage symbiote. The Superior Spider-Man comics is a storyline where Doc Ock takes over Peter Parker's body. In that run, he takes the symbiote suit from Flash Thompson, who was Agent Venom at the time, and the Venom symbiote bonds to Otto, creating a mixture of the classic black suit and the second Superior Spider-Man suit, which looks pretty great, at least in my opinion. It is also worth noting that in the Amazing Spider-Man Renew Your Vows storyline, Peter also wears a version of the black suit where instead of it being a symbiote suit, it's a cloth version of the black suit, and it looks pretty accurate to its original design. However, the back of the logo has its more rounded spider logo from the classic red and blue suit. So to answer the question, what direction will Insomniac take when it comes to their own version of the symbiote suit? As much as I want to believe that they will take the symbiote suit design from the 616 comics and put it in the game, part of me think that they will do a similar design to Superior Spider-Man symbiote suit, because design wise it would make the most sense, and at the same time it already looks like a black version of the Insomniac's advanced suit. That's not to say that they won't put the classic symbiote suit in the game. I think there's a great chance it will be, and I want it to be there, especially after Brian Intihar was talking about the suit and why it wasn't in the first game. But I think they will add their own Insomniac twist when it comes to that suit. So to summarize, I think if Insomniac chose to do their own version of the symbiote suit, it would look similar, not the exact same, but similar to the Superior Spider-Man symbiote suit, assuming they won't just put the classic symbiote design from the comics into the game, though they could put 2 versions of the symbiote suit, one being the advanced version of the symbiote suit and the classic symbiote suit from the comics. However, what about you guys? How do you think the symbiote suit would look in Marvel Spider-Man 2? Let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like, and want more, subscribe to begin Protocol 36.